Hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel where the stories of the British royal family are always in the spotlight. Today we are talking about a story that has fans of the royals whispering in private and has newspapers running to find answers. People are asking one big question: what is really happening with the future home of Prince William and Princess Catherine? This question has been around for weeks, and it has started many rumors about a big change in the royal family's life at Windsor. But now, we finally have an answer from the palace itself, and it reveals more than just a new house. It shows us the path that the future king and queen are choosing for their lives. Before we uncover this big story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss the newest twists and surprises inside the monarchy. Now, let's go back in time to the summer of 2022. William and Catherine, along with their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and little Prince Louis, made a move that surprised many people. They left behind the grand and fancy Kensington Palace to live in Adelaide Cottage, a much smaller house hidden inside the green and peaceful Windsor Great Park. For many, this looked like a strange step down. Why would royals leave a palace for a small cottage? But there was a deeper reason. People close to them said this decision was very personal. It allowed them to be closer to the late Queen Elizabeth II during her final years. It also gave their children protection from the constant attention of the media. Catherine especially wanted her kids to grow up in a way that felt more normal, so she enrolled them at Lambrook School instead of raising them under the bright spotlight of London life. But here's the thing, children do not stay small forever, and the royal children are no different. Prince George just reached an important milestone, his 12th birthday, and this immediately caused a lot of talk. Suddenly, every newspaper, every blog, and every royal website was full of the same question. Are William and Catherine about to leave Adelaide Cottage behind? The idea grew quickly. Many people argued that with George, Charlotte, and Louis growing up fast, the cottage would soon feel too small. For such a famous and important family, people whispered that a bigger, grander, and more permanent royal home must be coming soon. At first, attention turned toward one place: Fort Belvedere. This huge estate, full of royal history, seemed like the perfect choice. It was once the home of King Edward VIII, the king who shocked the world by giving up the crown for love. That history alone made the estate feel dramatic and full of scandal. Royal fans could easily imagine William and Catherine walking through its halls, almost as if they were taking back a piece of lost history. With its huge gardens, impressive design, and strong connection to old royal power, Fort Belvedere looked like the obvious next home for a future king and queen. But as we know with William and Catherine, nothing is ever that simple. The truth was far more complicated. And it came with a surprise twist that shows how differently this royal couple wants to build their lives compared to past traditions. At last, the palace itself put an end to the rumors. A palace spokesperson spoke out with a clear statement that ended months of guessing. Despite all the stories, William and Catherine are not moving into the famous Fort Belvedere. Instead, their new home will be inside the Windsor estate at a place that is much more private and less grand: Forest Lodge. Yes, you heard that right. The palace told the Sun newspaper that the Wales family will move into this house later this year. It was just one short statement, but it hit the royal world like a thunderclap. It is official, the move is happening, and it is happening soon. And that is not all. A well-known royal editor, Matt Wilkinson, confirmed the story again, saying that the family's next home will not be Buckingham Palace and not even Windsor Castle. This shocked many royal fans who always thought those famous buildings would be the next home for William and Catherine. Think about it. Buckingham Palace has always been the shining symbol of the monarchy, the center of royal power, and the stage for all royal events. Windsor Castle, on the other hand, is full of history and has been loved as a calm escape from busy London. But William and Catherine have chosen something very different. They are turning away from those traditional palaces and creating their life in Windsor. That choice says more about them than any official speech could. People close to the couple explained that this is a very thoughtful and strategic move. Their first step to Adelaide Cottage was not just about living in a smaller home. It was like a test, a trial to see if living away from the loud and busy life of London was possible for a family who will one day rule the country. And the result? It worked better than anyone expected. Adelaide Cottage was not just a temporary place to hide, it became home. People close to the couple said the family feels a real sense of belonging in Windsor's calmer environment, far away from the heavy spotlight of Kensington Palace. One insider even said, "Adelaide Cottage has become their home." This rare comment showed just how much the choice changed their family life. The location was very clever, too. Windsor kept them close enough to London to handle royal duties, but far enough away to give George, Charlotte, and Louis something truly valuable: privacy. With their school runs to Lambrook and wide-open fields to play in, William and Catherine prove that even royals want the same balance that millions of parents look for every day. And this choice is not only about being parents, it is also about power. By focusing on family time and stepping away from the constant royal spotlight, the future king and queen are sending a strong message. The monarchy is changing. It is blending old traditions with a more realistic, modern way of life. Windsor gave them the rare chance to do both: be loving parents and still be powerful royals, all under the same roof. Another big reason for this move is the children. With George, Charlotte, and Louis all studying at Lambrook School nearby, living in Windsor makes life much easier. It gives the young royals something rare in their world: a normal routine. For William and Catherine, this stability is priceless. It helps keep their children grounded, even though the whole world is always watching them. But there is something even more personal and revealing behind this choice. One insider explained it very clearly, saying, "Moving gives them an opportunity for a fresh start and a new chapter, an opportunity to leave some of the more unhappy memories behind." This statement shocked many people because it gave a small look at the emotional pain this family carries behind palace walls. Think about the past few years. They have been very hard. From the sad death of Prince Philip to the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, grief has surrounded the family. On top of this, there have been health problems, especially Catherine's own struggles, which have caused endless rumors and constant media attention. Add to that the family conflicts and public criticism, and it becomes clear why William and Catherine want to draw a line and move forward. That is why Forest Lodge is not just another house. It is a lifeline. It is a place of peace where they can protect their children, find calm, and begin to write their story in their own way. This move is about healing, about making new memories, and about proving that even the future king and queen need space away from sadness and the heavy weight of royal expectations. According to people close to them, this is not just another short stop for the royals. William and Catherine are calling Forest Lodge their forever home. Yes, you heard that right. They see this house as the place where they will live for many years. Even when William becomes king, this one decision changes everything. It shows stability, permanence, and a clear step away from the traditional palaces of London. What makes this choice so important is the message behind it. For centuries, future kings and queens were expected to live at Buckingham Palace or Windsor Castle. These were always seen as the centers of royal power and tradition. But William and Catherine are writing their own rules. They are choosing a simpler lifestyle, one that puts family first. They want to raise their children in a quieter way, away from the constant glare of central London. And here is another detail that shocked people. The couple is not using public money for this move. They are paying for all the work on Forest Lodge themselves. This is very different from past royal rules, where the cost of fixing or decorating homes was often paid, at least partly, by taxpayers. That always caused anger and criticism. But by paying for it themselves, William and Catherine are sending a very clear message. They do not want to take from the public purse. It is a bold step, and one that matches what modern Britain expects. People today want honesty, responsibility, and fairness. And that is exactly the image the couple is showing. And if that was not surprising enough, listen to this. William and Catherine will not have any live-in staff at Forest Lodge. For a family this important in the royal line, this is almost unheard of. Traditionally, senior royals always had butlers, chefs, nannies, and assistants living with them, in the same house to help run everything. But William and Catherine are stopping this old tradition. They want privacy, and they want their family life to feel more like that of an ordinary household, not a non-stop royal show. People close to them say this is part of their plan to raise George, Charlotte, and Louis with independence, away from the constant eyes of staff living under the same roof. This is not just about who cooks meals or who polishes silverware. It is about control and freedom. It is about creating a completely different way of living as a royal family. Forest Lodge is being built as a real sanctuary, a place where William and Catherine can step away from all the royal ceremonies and focus on being just mum and dad. In many ways, this is a new idea for the monarchy. It is a smaller, simpler household where old traditions give way to modern reality. By rejecting the huge palaces, paying for the renovations themselves, and not having live-in staff, William and Catherine are preparing a new kind of monarchy, one that feels more down-to-earth, easier to relate to, and strongly protective of their private life. With this decision, the Prince and Princess of Wales are doing more than choosing a new house. They are setting a new standard for the future of the monarchy. They are walking away from the massive palaces of the past and instead building a home that values privacy, independence, and family life above everything else. William and Catherine are modernizing the monarchy from the inside. They are showing that it is possible to keep centuries-old traditions alive while also meeting the needs of today's world. This decision shows a vision that is clear and grounded, one that focuses on protecting their children while still respecting their royal duties. It paints a picture of a monarchy that survives not just through big ceremonies and grand shows, but through honesty, balance, and even peace at home. For the future king and queen, Forest Lodge is not just a new home. It is the start of a new royal era where duty and family can live side by side. And now it is your turn to share your thoughts. What do you think of William and Catherine's decision to move to Forest Lodge? Do you see it as a powerful step toward a more modern and relatable monarchy? Or do you believe it goes too far from royal traditions? Tell us what you think in the comments below. We read them all. And don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with other royal fans, and subscribe so you never miss our deep dives into royal life.